Yeah, so we're coming off a pretty awesome weekend down in the Twin Cities. We had the Roy Griak Championships on Friday morning, and it went awesome. Both programs, both the guys and the girls, had their best ever finish at in the Division I race. The guys finished 5th overall, led by Louis, Alexa, Mate, and Jonas, kind of rounding out our top 5, and then. On the girls' side, another pretty historic performance. Jaden Keeler, she won the individual championship. It's the first time in UND Division I era that we've had an individual champion of that race. And then on top of that, our women's team placed 3rd overall. We made the podium, and it was just a phenomenal day for us. Shawai had a great race. She was our number 2. She finished 17th overall. She's a young lady that transferred in from Texas A&M, and then freshman Marie. She was our 3rd runner that day, and then rounding out our top 5 was Frida Giersdorf and Liv Coriale. So we're pretty excited about it. On the girls' side, we beat all the Summit League schools that were there: SDSU, NDSU, USD, St. Thomas. We talked about how kind of our goal of the year is to win the Summit League championship, and we knocked off all of those schools. Obviously, we got to keep it going. This is a pretty early season meet for us. The real race is going to be on November 1st. So yeah, we got to keep it going. On the guys' side, South Dakota State got us from the Summit League, but we beat NDSU and USD and St. Thomas. So, we were 2nd of the Summit League schools there. So we got a little bit of work to do, but we're excited about the challenge. And obviously coming off a big race like that, awesome race, one thing we really talked about was I brought up Nick Saban, the coach at Alabama, former football coach at Alabama, and how he was, probably the hardest on his assistant coaches and his players after big wins, right? Because it's real easy after a really awesome race or an awesome game to get complacent. So that's kind of the focus that we talked about after the race is like, hey, we accomplished the job today, but we can't get complacent. We got to, stick with it, keep getting the miles in, keep taking care of ourselves, and that way, as we progress through the rest of the season and we get closer and closer to November 1st, we're ready to get the job done again. So we're excited and can't wait to see what we can continue to accomplish this season.
The last time you were here, I think we kind of talked about your ability to do that kind of thing in the Summit League on the women's side. Now that it's played out a little bit, has anything surprised you at it, or did all your women's runners just kind of reach the potential or those PR targets?
Yeah. I think most of the women are running kind of what I expected, but I will say there's been some pretty significant improvements, especially from Frida Giersdorf and Liv Coriale. They have progressed a ton since last year. Ellie Sundag has also progressed a ton from where she was at a year ago, and so they're doing really, really well. And on the guys' side, we finally have some depth now. It's really cool to see from like our first runner to our 5th, 6th runners. It's like 20 seconds. There's not that much of a gap. Whereas in the past, it was always we had kind of top 3 or 4, and then our 5th guy would be like 45 seconds, a minute back. And so now it's just that gap is so close now, and so it's it's fun to watch them kind of working together and working through races and helping each other out. So I think we're right where we need to be for right now, but we've got work to do.
Coach, obviously this sport is a mixture of individual and team results, but for you, what was that like watching Jaden cross that finish line and take first and be able to celebrate her?
I mean, it was awesome. She's worked so hard over the last 5 years, and kind of seeing all the fruits of her labor, and have that success. It's been amazing. We saw a little bit of it last year, making it to the NCAA championships, indoor and outdoors. But I think she's on a whole nother level this year. That the girl that she outkicked from Minnesota, Allie Weimer, she beat Jaden at the NCAA championships in the 10K this past year. And so I think, she knew it was going to be a challenge, and just physically she's fit, and mentally we're working on that toughness, and she's getting a little bit more mentally tough every single time we step onto the course. And so it's just it was fun to watch her battle. I mean, she had to battle all the way to the line. Allie, I think, took about a 20-meter lead on her with a K to go, and Jaden had to fight back. And then, she took the lead with probably 200 meters to go, but Allie didn't give it to her, and she had to fight all the way through the line. And so it was just really fun to see kind of that battle. And, we're going to see some tougher competition as we, get to the NCAA regional championships and nationals. So it'll be exciting to see how she learns and grows from that.
All right. My final question is you guys have, one more Midwest, regular season contest to get ready for before you guys go down to Texas. But What do you want to see out of your programs to, gear up for SDSU? Yeah.
So obviously we got to put together a solid training week this week. We're going to hit them hard tomorrow with some tough workouts, and Friday, some tough workouts. But going into SDSU next week, it's going to be a little bit more of a Summit League kind of meet, where it's not going to be as big as GRIAC, but a lot of Summit League schools are going to be there. So it'll kind of have that Summit League feel to it. And so it'll be good to kind of see how we can race in a smaller field with NDSU, SDSU, USD, and some of those other schools. It changes the environment a little bit. And so it's more of like, hey, let's find the NDSU girls, let's find the SDSU girls, and let's race them. So it'll be kind of interesting what we can learn from that environment and what we can take moving into Texas, and then obviously conference. So we're excited.